Has anyone heard of Charles Sobhraj, aka the Bikini Killer, aka the Serpent?
No, I haven't.
Me neither. Netflix has though, and they are coming out with a series probably about a week or so. I knew about this 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I decided to find out more information about Charles Sobhraj. I had heard anything about him. So I picked up Thomas Thompson's Serpentine. There are 2 books available about Charles Sobhraj from what I saw. This one had the most reviews on Goodreads, and that's kind of why I went with this book instead. Both books are written around the same time, I think 78, 79, 1980, something like that. So there hasn't really been any updates since then on this killer. And I'm not sure why. Obviously some serial killers become more popular than others. I was thinking that maybe because of the fact that it was in Asia and things aren't so popular unless they happen here. When you get serial killers in the United States and they become very popular, that's kind of how that plays out. Plus it happened some years ago, but again, I had never heard of him prior to this. In his crime story, Thompson takes the reader deeply into the life of Charles Sobhraj prior to the killings. So you are looking at what basically became or what transformed Charles Sobhraj into the manipulator, the serial killer, the crime-ridden person that he was. And so that's very interesting because you get some information about the actual killings. However, most of the information is about basically from his birth to into his childhood, into adulthood, and then how you see this cycle of him and his crimes getting more serious. At the same time, this guy is completely cool, calm, and collected the whole time. It's crazy how this guy doesn't sweat in any of the circumstances. You're here reading this book and you're amazed how you're getting anxious reading about how the police and everyone just caters to him and doesn't see how manipulative he is. It was a very interesting story. He is a interesting character. Obviously he's a killer, so you see it in that sense, but all in all, this guy is very clever and gets away with so much. And it's possible, at that point in time, it was a long time ago in the 70s, so technology wasn't so sound. I don't know if he would be able to get away with that now. I don't know if people would be so easily manipulated by such a person now. Also, what I enjoyed about this book is that Thompson uniquely paid a lot of attention to the victims, and not speaking just about how they were killed and when they met Charles Sobhraj, but he actually put time into learning about these people prior to even meeting Charles Sobhraj. So you typically don't see that with stories about sensationalizing some serial killer. You see them as victims and just that. You don't see them typically as a person. This time around, in this book, even though it's very old, it's about 50 years old, 40 years old, you see this, and it's great to see that because, again, with victims, that's how they're seen, and it shouldn't be that way all the time. This is a very interesting book full of suspense, anxiety, disbelief really in how he plays out his life and the people around him. It's amazing how he gets away with everything. And even the final points in his life, he doesn't get what he deserves. The book closes off in 1980 or so, so you don't get to see the aftermath. I had to do some more research about his life after the court proceedings up until that time, and that's what I will suggest for the readers to do. You'll have to read a little bit more about him and what became of him, but essentially he got away with a lot, and it's really crazy how unfortunate that is, and how easy it was for him to do these things. He He didn't sweat at all, this guy. Anyways, I think that's all I have for this book. I do highly recommend it. If you've read it, please comment. Let me know what you thought about the book. If you found this information interesting, please also like, comment, and subscribe. I'd like to keep continuing this, and if I get feedback from you guys, I can take in what the information is and kind of go from there. I think that's it for today on this. I will have a couple more coming out soon on Richard Kuklinski in regards to true crime, and I'm reading some other books, but I think that's what I got for today on this Charles Sobhraj, Thomas Thompson. I will see you next time.